Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and you smell that? Ah, that's the smell of a brand new year, but the same old BS that Overwatch is gonna possibly put us through. But you know what? That's not gonna happen this year, because today we're gonna be making a wish list of what we want to see in Overwatch 2 in the year 2024. Blizzard is well past borrowed time when it comes to Overwatch 2, but luckily Microsoft isn't, and Microsoft is now in charge of running Overwatch 2, and with the CEO Bobby out of the picture, there is finally the opportunity to actually do good with the game, actually invest some money into this and give us the content that we want. So be sure to comment down below what you want to see be brought into Overwatch 2 in the year 2024. It could be as simple as a skin for your favorite hero, or what I'm fully expecting is Overwatch 2 PvE mode. And I'm not just talking about a couple of missions, I'm talking about the full story package. I want to see every single story mission that we kind of expected to come with Overwatch 2, because this is the whole point of Overwatch 2 existing in the first place, was to expand on the story of the game. Now, as terms of the amount of story missions that I would love to see, I'm going to be under the hopeful impression that, again, they would bring us the full PvE expansion, but at minimum 10 story missions within Overwatch 2. I think that's a good amount of missions when you look at other campaigns within video games that have both a multiplayer and a campaign, whether all at once or at the very least in the year 2024. And that's the other thing, is that, okay, maybe they don't release all the story missions at once, but in the year 2024, they gotta release more than just 3 in the whole entire year. I understand it's difficult to make story missions because you have to have animations, voice acting, you gotta make brand new maps from the ground up. But the thing is, though, when it comes to the maps, you can reuse them into brand new multiplayer maps, just like what they did with Paradiso. But in terms of the time investment into making a story mode, dude, you've had 4 years at this point. This is the whole reason why Overwatch 2 is existing, and if you can only make 3 story missions in 3.5 years, then that's sad from the AAA developer. At this point, there's no excuses. The year 2024, there's gotta be so much PvE content for Overwatch 2. Unless they plan to continuously expand Overwatch 2's story for years upon years, rather than just having one complete story, they gotta finish it this year. The next thing that we already got confirmation on, but I would love to see get done every other season without a brand new hero, is collaborations. Now, everyone is kind of expecting more anime collabs because the One Punch Man was such a success, but there's probably also going to be other collaborations with other entities, because anime isn't the only thing that can be collaborated with, but it would surely be the most popular. So here's a couple of animes that I would love to see come into Overwatch 2 that hasn't been collaborated with a different video game. Death Note is my favorite anime of all time, and I would love to see a Misa Mercy skin or a Reaper Shimigami skin, or really any skin from Death Note be made into an Overwatch hero. Then we got Demon Slayer, probably the most popular anime right now that has yet to be collaborated with when it comes to video games. Full Metal Alchemist, this is another popular classic anime, but of course One Piece, that has the most colorful characters that could easily translate to a lot of Overwatch characters. I know lots of people would love to see an Overwatch One Piece collab, but also would just love to see One Piece get collaborated with, because, well, this is one of the big 3 animes that has yet to be collaborated with, because we saw Dragon Ball, we saw Naruto, but not One Piece. But something we could also see is a clothing collab, similar to what we got with the Diva and Gentle Monster collab. Something that's a little bit more subtle, that's not super in your face, a big old advertisement. No, something that's tasteful. Now, my dream would love to see a Nike or Jordan collab, because I absolutely love that brand, but something that I could possibly see actually happening is a Puma Overwatch collab, but because we saw Puma collaborate with Animal Crossing, so they seem a little bit more keen on collaborating with video games, or possibly even Adidas, because they collaborated with Spider-Man earlier on in the year. But one last collaboration that I think could realistically be pulled off is collaborating with Lucio Ball and like a football club in Europe or a soccer club here in the United States. You can have the jersey from the club be worn by Lucio as a new skin, and you can also make a new Lucio Ball map modeled after the stadium of that football club. And who knows, maybe even Overwatch could sponsor that football club where the logo could be on that team's kit. I think that could be really cool and something that I would honestly buy. But I'm not just expecting new content to be added into the game as the only part of the wish list, because something else that I also want to see done is changing how they give out brand new heroes. This has been something I've been begging Blizzard to do ever since day one of Overwatch 2, but having new heroes locked behind the battle pass is starting to show its problems now more so than ever with the addition of Mauga. Because Mauga is so good, which is what we want from new heroes, we want them to be good, you have a pay-to-win model. It's just as simple as that, because not everyone has access to the new hero, especially when it comes to casual players. And if Blizzard wants casual players to play Overwatch more consistently, but they know they have to spend money to buy the new hero, then they're simply just not going to play the game. So that's also causing another problem, is that casual players aren't wanting to play Overwatch 2 because they know they have to spend time or money to get the newest characters. It's lame, it's outdated, and Blizzard should change how they give new heroes to the point where they should just make it free, just like in Overwatch 1, or at the very least change their monetization model. There's so many ways to give free Overwatch 2 coins that could make it so that people can buy the newest hero, but I know Blizzard is kind of hesitant to do that because, well, that cuts into their profits. But if they can create a model that can influence players to play on a weekly basis, kind of like how they do right now with weekly challenges and giving Overwatch 2 coins, but on top of that, giving Overwatch 2 coins either in the battle pass or just upping the amount of coins that you earn in weekly challenges, not only does that incentivize people to come back and play Overwatch 2 to earn their Overwatch 2 coins, but it also gives them the opportunity to get to the next battle pass, to get the newest hero, so that they can't really have an excuse to not have the pay-to-win hero. But so far we covered PvE, collaborations, new heroes getting out of for free, and changing their monetization system to be fair for both Blizzard and the player. What else is there? Well, here's something you might have forgotten about, but it's actually how the Overwatch League is going to be ran. And now, as we all know, the Overwatch League is still kind of up in the air, but we've all just kind of assumed that the Overwatch League is not going to be happening anymore. Now, of course, there still will be a professional scene for Overwatch, it just won't be as ambitious as the Overwatch League. But this is a good opportunity to possibly try to implement the quote-unquote professional scene within the game, possibly having in-game tournaments for people to sign up with either themselves or their team to try to compete in, where it could possibly breed a new era of professional Overwatch, or at the very least, a new era of competitive Overwatch. Now, we kind of do have this in the form of the Flash Ops tournament, but this is something that you have to go outside of the game to try to set up with. What I'm wanting from them is to implement all the in-game tournaments within the game, where you can sign up 4 of your buddies, including yourself, to play in these tournaments, whether it's monthly, whether it's weekly, whatever the case may be, and maybe there can even be prize pools, or at the very least, Overwatch 2 coin prize pools, so that people are motivated to compete and actually try in Overwatch. Because as of right now, quick play and competitive is starting to get blurred a little bit, to the point where people are tryharding in quick play because competitive is such a joke. But if there was a category where you had to sign up with a team and it had some sort of prize pool, I think this would be a great new era to try to breed new professional Overwatch players in. But that hints at another thing that I would love to add to this wish list for Overwatch in 2024 are more competitive rewards. Now, I recognize that we are getting Emerald weapons in Season 9, but what I'm talking about is specifically top 500 rewards. Now, me as a player, I'm not really all that motivated to get to top 500, but also maintain top 500 if I ever were to get that, because there really are no good rewards other than just bragging rights. So how about on top of Emerald weapons, top 500 players have a chance to get Diamond weapons after the season ends. And to make Diamond weapons even more enticing, that player that gets top 500 only gets that Diamond weapon for 1 season. This way, players just don't earn a Diamond weapon and then be satisfied and then never try again. No, they have to compete and continue to try in top 500 over and over again if they want to be able to keep their Diamond weapon. Now, the only reason why Blizzard would not want to do this, which I would understand why, is because then they would have to make Diamond weapons for all hundreds of the skins within the game. So, a fair compromise that I think top 500 players would be okay with is to only give Diamond weapons to the Overwatch 2 classic skin guns. I think this would be a fair compromise for top 500 players as a reward because, well, a lot of top 500 players don't even really care about skins, and if they get a Diamond weapon that is exclusive to only that season, I think they would be okay with that. Or maybe have it work like how weapon skins work, where if you get a Diamond gun, it would only be for that classic gun for that hero, but it can be used for multiple skins. And the final thing that I would love to see come into Overwatch 2 in the year 2024, just to shut all the people up that want to see 6v6 and 2 tanks return, is an Overwatch 1 classic mode. Now, how classic mode or classic queue would work is very simple. You would have a 6v6 game where you have 2 tanks, 2 TPS, and 2 supports go at it, just like how Overwatch 1 used to work. Now, obviously, if we would have a second tank, the tanks would just be absolutely overpowered, so maybe we can have the open queue version of the tanks in this classic mode or classic queue, so that tanks are a little less overpowered. And not only would we have 6v6, but we would also have 2CP in this game mode, just so that people are reminded how terrible 2CP was and can stop looking at that stupid game mode with rose-tinted colored glasses. Now, this would be a great idea for many reasons. One, it would give the people what they want, 6v6, maybe not in the regular mode, but at least as an official mode. But the second reason why this would be good is that if people like this mode more than quick player competitive, then maybe Blizzard can get off their high horse and finally change how the queue system works with 5v5 or 6v6. It would kind of be similar to how OG Fortnite worked with Fortnite, where a lot of people liked OG Fortnite, and maybe it would influence Epic Games to add OG Fortnite back into the game permanently. Same thing with Overwatch. Maybe they can change 5v5 back to 6v6, but we won't know until we actually try it. And those are just a few things that I would love to see come into Overwatch 2, and I know I probably missed a lot of things. Like, I'm sure GM players would love to have more people to queue up with, but that's a GM specific wish list. For all of us bottom feeders, we don't really care about that much. But until we all hit GM, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great 2024, and I'll see you guys later. I love you guys, and bye.